nor was such folding. I have to bring this. I'm sorry. I'm kind of a disturbing human being. Radio broadcaster. That's what you have to do as a radio broadcaster. Here, I'll do it this way. Now you can't see me. I'm a radio broadcaster. You don't need to see my face in radio. So, folks, I want to remind you, someone wrote me an email and said that disturbed me, or that was disturbing or something. Now, I like disturbing humans. Disturbing men with sense of humor is probably the greatest thing you can do. I like to disturb males with sense of humor. I don't like to get them too angry, even though sometimes to tease them to a point of just before they strangle you and then make them laugh, it's quite exciting to do. And I've done that. Even when their hands were right squeezing, I got them to laugh. And it's quite exciting. It's kind of, you know how these kids sniff glue and squeeze each other's neck to get high and stuff? Well, that'll give you a better thrill as a small man. Make a giantly man with great big muscle stuff, mad enough to kill you. When he gets his hands right around your neck and begins to squeeze, get him to laugh. This is really exciting. This is like jumping out of an airplane without a chute. And when you land soft and delicate like an eagle, or just, you know what I mean? You grace, and it's wonderful. And you don't need a chute. And that's what it's like. It's the greatest thrill you'll ever have. It's like jumping out of a plane. You hit the ground. I mean, you're going to the ground, all the way to the ground at your instant speed, and then, shh. It's awesome. Do it. That's what the thrill is like. When you're a small man and this giant is mad enough, his nostrils are flaring, you know, you can see his muscles, I mean, you're going to get it. And his hands are right around your neck, and you can feel the right there when the oxygen just begin to, you know, get him to laugh. Just when you have him barely left, utter a sound, and he goes, oh, let's go. This is exciting to do. Well, there's another thing I like to do, and I've done also, is got a female satisfied in sex. They get quite disturbed. When a female gets satisfied in sexual experiences and, you know, hormones and gender stuff, you know, and they have what they call orgasm, these females get very disturbed. It's wonderful to watch. I enjoy watching it very much. I like watching their eyes and just everything about them. Their face especially, of course, but everything about them, they twitch and tremble and carry on. It's wonderful. And then there's another experience though with a female that's about the same as you insult her in the right way. Yeah. Now this can get her to behave similar, only for quite the opposite reason. They're quite disturbed. And man, really, and that again, just before they're ready to throw you out with everything you own, you get them to laugh and you get to move back in. You know what I mean? You got everything on the porch, the taxi's there, you're just getting in the cab, and you get her to laugh, and she comes back out and says, oh, I'm sorry, you were teasing? Yeah, I was only. Move it back in. Never mind. How much does it cost for you? Sure, I got that. I'll pay the cab. Go ahead, get everything out of the trunk. I'm sorry. And then, boy, that night is awesome. That is exciting too. Very exciting. I've done that. Or, you know, there's other things you can get them to do when, say you're not living with her and you get her that mad. Mm-hmm. She'll call the police. Yeah. And the police officer comes and the cuffs are on you and he's leading you to the car and she tells the police officer she made it all up. And he arrests her. And you're standing there waving as he drives her away. And she's in the back of the car. Yeah, and the DA drops the charge and realizes this is all a bunch of baloney and misunderstanding. And she gets to come home in a few days. And for those few days, you know, you clean the house up real well for her. Because you know she was disturbed. And you get the house already. In a couple of days she comes home because of misunderstanding. The district attorney releases her from jail. And boy, it's really cool. These kind of the best times. I've done this. I recommend it for anybody that's bored. You have to do it with here's the word, discretion. All things in valor have discretion. And I always advise all my counsel, if you don't apply discretion, don't say I told you to do it. No, the main thing I'm telling you to do is discreet. Because that's the secret, and what you learn, the lesson you learn is about discreet when you do all these things. You learn discretion. And that's why I send you on these little like calisthenics to develop your character and mature. You mature as a human being. And, this is about maturity. And this will develop discretion in your life. So be sure to keep the valor along with the discretion, along with everything you're doing here. And that'll keep the script just proper, and you won't hurt her feelings, you'll disturb her. And there's a big difference. So don't hurt her feelings. I'm not suggesting you do that. I said insult her. That doesn't necessarily hurt her feelings. That means she always misunderstands what you're saying. And you're really complimenting her, and she's not backed up as far as you, and she won't understand. And you just back way up and compliment her in a way that insults her. That reminds her that the way you see her is so priceless, and she looks like a buffoon not living up to it. That's basically what I'm reminding you of to do. It's really exciting to do that. You call her all kinds of names and stuff. Well, do it always talking up to her. Call her every name you can think of. Yeah. Only talk up to her. This is the main issue in the whole issue. Valor, discretion. Keep that in mind.